Welcome to the Bookers Alliance podcast, where we hold the pencil and the pencil is power. Coming at you right now is your host, Marky Mark, along with the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Donaldson. Join us as we discuss the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. So hang on tight, you jabronis, and enjoy the ride. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining today's episode of the Bookers Alliance podcast. Come on inside the house, bring yourself up a ringside seat, get your soda, your popcorn, your whiskey, get everything you need, because I like it. I love it. I might leave it. I might want some more of it. I don't know.
As long as the options are available, I'm going to partake of some of each. There's something I like. There's something I love. There's something I'm damn sure going to leave. And there's something that I might need a little bit more of over there.
This sounds like we might be bellying up to the Thanksgiving table on this episode.
Either that or we're watching Evolution Part 3. Give me some of that too. I'd take some more of that. I loved it. I liked it. I didn't leave it.
All right, so we talking a lot of things today, but before we get into conversation, we got to start out with our sponsor this week. Sponsor is New Riff Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 100 proof. Never had this one before.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's a new blend from my understanding out there in Kentucky. So glad to have it over here in South Carolina, North Carolina hookup. So
new sponsor, so toast to things that are new, sir.
All right.
Ooh, I like that.
Like it?
I like it.
Like it?
I like that.
I don't know if I love it. That was in my nose right now, so I got it.
It's that rye. So it's a high rye bourbon. It's got some rye spice to it, but that corn on the back end, corn comes through, give it that sweet flavor.
Yeah, but right now it's in my sternum and in my nose.
Yeah.
So I can't say I love it just yet, but I do like it. I don't. This isn't gonna be a leave it. Have we had a sponsor yet that we just left it? Like we were just like, you know what?
No, it's all whiskey, sir. I mean, it's hard to turn down whiskey.
Yeah, they're kind of playing. We're kind of playing the hits right now. So I mean, yeah, we're really not whiskey turner downers.
Correct.
So we haven't hit bottom shelf yet either. So I mean, there's that. I guess if we start going bottom shelf,
that might change the story.
Yeah, maybe we need to do that one week, like on a crap weekend, like on
bottom
a crap show.
Pick.
Yeah, like on a bad show, like we really ain't got nothing to talk about. You know, wrestling's at a lull. We not got nothing going on. Maybe we could just do a bottom shelf week.
Bottom shelf episode.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's what we'll call it. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
We'll see what happens.
All right, so y'all look forward to that. We'll have to wait for that to come out.
That's going to be down the road. I think we got 150 coming up soon. We got a couple special ones for that one. So that's going to be like 153. Yeah. Nobody really cares about
Nobody cares.
Right?
All right, so today's topic, like it, love it, leave it.
All right.
So we're going to talk about a multitude of things.
Let's start. Alexa Bliss. Love it.
Love it.
All right. Ain't got to go far there.
You can tell where this episode's going.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I'm well informed on this subject here. So yeah, love it.
All right. So let's talk since we're coming up on Clash in Paris. By the way, that's going down Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m.
11 Pacific if you're West Coast. So 11 a.m. It's like old school Saturday morning wrestling for the West Coast people.
Yeah, so the 45-year-old in me is like, an afternoon pay-per-view.
Yeah, I could plan a whole day around that.
Absolutely. But the wrestling fan in me is going, wait, what? It's happening what day?
A little awkward there.
And what time? Because you've trained me to look for my PLEs now on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Or
Saturday at 1.
Yeah.
But now you're throwing, Sunday at 2.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's going to be a little awkward. I mean,
it even took me, I didn't recognize it was going to be at 2 o'clock on Sunday until Raw.
I'm glad they did it this week because, no NFL. So they knew what they were doing with the timing, because had they waited a week, they could have just canceled it. I mean, at that point, they just, just table it. So.
That's going to come interesting if we run into this scenario during football season.
I think they know better than that. I think that's why this particular pay-per-view or PLE is this weekend and not next weekend, because next weekend would have been Hell in a Handbasket. If you think about it, WWE's pretty good about avoiding like March Madness for WrestleMania and avoiding Super Bowl. The Royal Rumble is always the week after the Super Bowl, or that midweek when it's like Pro Bowl week and nobody's watching Pro Bowl. They can usually get in there. So they're pretty smart about when they're pretty strategic when they have the PLE. So I'm sure they'll avoid Sunday afternoon football at every cost.
Well, I mean, especially, since the PLEs are going to start being on ESPN.
That's another show for another day. We're
Go
going to
back-
lay a wait on that until that actually takes effect so we don't have to complain too much
Go
about it.
back to our Stop the Stream episode.
Yeah, they're going to wander. No, there'll be there'll be a part 2 on that, I'm sure. We're going to wander into AEW territory on that conversation, though, because the way it's shaping up, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
But again, the last shoe hasn't fallen yet, so the last card hadn't been played. So we're gonna hold off on the whole ESPN thing for right now. But trust me, guys, all of you out there who are stressing about it, we're stressing too. So it's coming.
All right, let's talk about Clash in Paris. Let's talk about some of the matches that are going to be on there. We got Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. Throw your one up. Got to throw the one up in the studio. Everybody throw your ones up. Thank you. We acknowledge you, our tribal chief. Got Roman Reigns and big Bronson Reed.
Still big. We love
Still
it.
big. The tribal thief.
So what we found out this week, didn't know it, right? Bronson Reed is Samoan. That means his ass belongs to Roman.
Now, come on. How y'all not know that man was Samoan?
I mean, because he's
he
from
was-
Australia, right?
No, he's from New Zealand.
Same thing.
No,
It's all
no.
He said they were forced on the show. He said they were forced to Australia.
All of y'all New Zealanders out there that are listening and our Aussie fans, look, we don't mean to cause a fight. Frank over here, he may not know what y'all been through over there, so we're gonna let that be.
The only New Zealanders listening to us are the Bushwhackers. They're the only ones still listening. So we ain't got no worries about that over here.
I love it. So I'm at the like it with this match. Where are you?
So with the build up, with the whole stealing of the shoes and the bullies thing and all that, I love it.
Love it.
I'm here for it. Yeah, because it gives Roman a formidable opponent for a change, right?
Right.
Usually when Roman's wrestling somebody, even the whole bloodline thing, which is basically what he's done for the last umpteen years, he's wrestling like Solo or Jimmy or whoever in the hell. And then even outside of that, he's wrestling guys that when you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, Roman's got this. And no way around it, right? You have to throw in like a triple threat or something crazy to actually consider Roman being able to lose. But against Big Bronson Reed, he has an opportunity to lose. I mean, there's a big window of let's push the big guy, let's push the new guy, let's elevate the next guy. It's probably not going to happen, but there's a big ass window of believability that I might find myself falling into to think that it could happen.
So that right there entails why I like it. I don't want to see either one of these guys take the L.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Roman take the L. I don't want to see Bronson Reed take the L. Look.
Also, that's good. That means you're invested in the story. You're
I'm
invested in
invested.
both characters. So, I mean, that's a good thing.
I'm invested in the story. My problem is, though, like you've got Roman who is just coming off the back of, I've lost everything. Even in his Raw promo Monday night, they've taken everything from me. Cody Rhodes predicted blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a man without a tribe. I don't have my title. I don't have my wise man, blah, 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 right?
And Roman's lost a shit ton of matches.
And shit ton of
he ain't winning nothing.
Okay, so but you got this awesome build that has started with Bronson Reed, right? So you got him taking on the persona of the quote unquote tribal thief with the Shula Fala. I
love the wordplay.
I love
Great.
the wordplay. I love that
Yeah.
whole gimmick. But that's my juxtaposition. I don't want to see either guy take an L.
So, and here's the thing, right? It's Clash in Paris. You probably won't see either guy take an L.
True,
right?
true. It'll probably be a DQ.
This ain't a tentpole event here,
this will
right?
be a-
This
this
ain't
will be a-
Survivor Series. Survivor Series is coming.
This will be a
which
Raw
means-
main event where the
which
past
means-
8 weeks have ended in DQ.
Yeah, there's high probability that neither one of them is going to actually take the 1, 2, 3 shoulders down looking up at the lights, right? So that's, again, why I love it, simply because, again, it's a good opportunity to build a guy like Bronson Reed. They've been trying their hardest to get him to that next level.
Right.
What better way than to hang with Roman in the ring, right? If he rolls with him, he stays in there with him. If they brawl to the back and they just can't have a winner, I mean, that's a great way to elevate him, and it keeps Roman up there at where he's at. I mean, a loss doesn't hurt Roman at this stage because, I mean, and Roman is what he is.
It don't hurt him, but I'm tired of seeing him lose.
Yeah. Well, right. That's the exact thing, right? At some point, you're going to become uninvested in the character. If he can never win again, it's like, okay, well, why am I cheering this guy? He's dropping everything. At this point, he's a mid-card guy. You don't want that to happen to a character like Roman, so you got to avoid that.
By no means, though, if Bronson Reed does take the win, by no means do I want it to be a clean win. It should never be a clean win.
So Roman should never lose clean.
No.
At this stage of his career, a loss doesn't hurt him if you do the loss right. If Roman just goes out there and gets, tsunami 3 times and gets the pin, that does hurt his character, right? At that point, you're killing the character. And they're definitely not going to do that because of what I really like coming out of Raw this week. I'm thinking Roman's starting to get that sniff of world title in his aura nowadays. And that I love. I love every bit of that.
Did you catch the conversation with Jay?
Absolutely. Did you see Roman's mannerisms? So with him, it isn't about what he says.
No, it was all back to the tribal chief.
Yeah, what Roman says is not about that. It's the mannerisms. You got to look at his face, look at his body language, look at how he adjusted when he said, I understand when you want that world title. You could see his whole body shift. You could see his whole character shift in that moment where he said, wait a minute, I've been doing this mid-card knockaround thing for about a year now. It's about time to roll back into that world championship picture.
He was talking to Jay like Jay and him were back in the bloodline.
Uh-huh.
He had that demeanor. He had that tone in his voice. And you know what? I think Jay listened compared to the way he super kicked CM Punk.
Yep. So Jay might have elevated himself up to that same level of where Roman's at, to whereas those two guys might have to come across paths going into that world title later on.
Let's talk about another match that's going to happen, Clash in Paris. Let's talk about Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch.
Love them. Oh, wait, hold on. You mean the match? Oh,
the match.
I was thinking about Nikki and, the twins. I mean, even though there's only one there, y'all know y'all picking up what I'm putting down, right?
Yep.
All right, love them.
All right, so let's talk about the match, though.
Well, wait, let's finish on Nikki Bella. Okay. So if I'm John Cena, leave him. Hell, you leave him. There's something in that water that just wasn't mixing well. And
Curry in the water.
Yeah. I mean, so 99% probably that, right? Because, I mean, we see what happened to the dancing guy. He was out there doing his little pirouettes and stuff in the living room. She came in there and clocked him. Right, she came in there and clocked him, hit him with the Rack Attack 2.0. So, I mean, there's probably some of that there. But then when you remember John Cena, the diabolical John Cena of Total Bella's days, I don't know how either one of them worked that out. Because, I mean, if I'm Nikki Bella, well, I guess maybe she thought she didn't have a chance, like, fighting John, so she just kind of, just took it.
True.
And then she looked at Artem, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm take him at any. I got this.
Little dude.
Yeah, I was like, I got this. So hell, she whooped that ass. But then when she was looking at John, she's like, I probably ain't got this, and he might have a little bit of the roid rage in there. So we don't want to fire him up none. So not to say that's what he's doing, just an observation.
So let's talk about the match though between Becky and Nikki. Like it, love it, leave it. Where we at?
I like it. So again, we know Liv going out with injury bungled everything that was supposed to happen with the Nikki Bella story. That's why I don't love it, because if it had been that, the way they were building it, by now I'd probably love it. I feel like this whole thing with Nikki and Becky is kind of rushed. I feel like it was just kind of slap push together, slapstick, we're going to make it happen. We're just going to make it happen. Ugh. So while I do like Nikki getting back in the ring, I do want to see what she's got here on this side of her career. Does give a good opponent for Becky. I do like their back and forth. I like the way they promo. So the best I can do is like it.
I like it. I'm not in it for the match. I'm in it for the story.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The match, leave it. Oh, God. If we got to, when the bell rings, I could probably leave every bit.
Look, no knock on the Divas era or no knock on the Bellas at all, but I've seen Becky in a triple threat match with Charlotte and Ronda.
Yeah.
I know what Becky's capable of.
Yeah.
I don't know that Nikki can work up to that.
No. I do not see that at any level.
So look, but she may surprise us. You never know.
She's had 4 years of training, so it's possible.
We've seen her in the ring in that elimination Rumble style match. I mean, we
saw her in the actual Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so I mean, she can still go. My thing is though, the story, how they threw the barbs over the past 2 weeks, that got my interest perked.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so there is some animosity between these two ladies.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of them can go, one of them's decent. We'll see what happens. I am interested in it for a different reason, though. I'm interested in it because of that Intercontinental belt.
Okay.
I feel like they're both working hard in this match to bring some legitimacy, still trying to build that Intercontinental belt.
Absolutely.
With it,
that's the benefit of having a Nikki Bella. I mean, while she's not going to put on a 5-star, by no means, right? And Meltzer ain't attracted to that. So he definitely ain't giving no 5 stars for any part of it. At least the name value is going to draw attention from fans that may have not watched for 10 years, since she's been gone. So it'll bring extra interest to that match and to that title. And I think that's a definite win.
With Lyra, when she was, the crown, the first one, she's great in ring work. Mike, she was not able to kind of hold her own. What I do, and unfortunately we talked about a dirty win with Bronson Reed. If he wins, where I kind of see this match going, though, it's going to be a DQ match. Or they may opt for a title change with Bayley costing Becky the belt and it changing hands to Nikki and letting Nikki run with it for a while.
That's possible. I could see that just because, if you got a Nikki Bella, why not? But I feel like they just did that with John, and I don't think they want to do any kind of parallels with those two in their quote-unquote return. I think they need to do, short of the barbs, because obviously those are funny. But as far as anything that could be comparable between the two, I think they need to stay away from all of that. So I don't necessarily think they'll go that way, and I also think Lyra's story with Bayley is going to take precedence over Bayley getting involved anywhere else. So I'm hoping they focus on that and they don't find a way to turn this into a 4-way deal, because we're already doing a 4-way for the world title, right? We don't need to 4-way everything.
Hunter likes them multi-person matches.
He was Attitude Era. I mean, that's where, in WWE, the Attitude Era birthed those things.
Yeah, you get those multi-man matches, and I mean, it gets everybody on the cards. So.
Yeah, find a way to get a lot of people in the match. You find a way to cover up, a lack of workability, things like that. And throwing Lyra and Bayley in there would definitely shade any negative output Nikki would have in the ring, because I mean, she would have 3 great workers around her. So but if that's what you need, then maybe this isn't how we should have done the program, right? We should have worked this out a different way if we don't think Nikki's able to work up to that caliber of work. I agree with you on that. No way she's going to work up to where Becky can go at right now, but I do think she's going to put out better than we thought, better than we're used to as far as her Divas title run, right? I think at this point, she's older. She's had to have learned how to work smarter, simply because, the way your body heals and the injuries that she's had. Plus, I mean, she essentially lives with Brian Danielson. No way she's not picking up something, or going to that man saying, hey, I'm coming back from my big singles run. Can you help me out? He ain't the kind of guy that's, well, no, I'm AEW now, I can't do nothing. No way, right? I feel like Brian would be like, oh, hell yeah, let's get 3 more people in here. Let's go to town.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe she gets in this ring in this match on Sunday, it totally surprises us and throws a technical masterclass. And
that's what I'm hoping for. I mean, now granted, it's not going to look perfect, but we don't need it to look perfect, right? We need it to look passable.
Yep.
But I'm thinking, like I said, it's been years that they've been off the scene. No way she didn't go to her brother-in-law who lives next door and say, hey, help me out here. So I'm hoping that we get something surprising. I'm hoping that we get a good match. I don't see Nikki winning, though.
All right, let's move on from Clash in Paris. Let's move on to some other things that are happening in the world of WWE. Natalya Natty Neidhart.
Uh-oh.
Let's get on to this. What do we feel about this? We like it, we love it, or are we ready to leave it? Where are we at?
You want my opinion first?
I don't even know your opinion.
Well, let's enlighten the rest of the wrestling world and all our listeners, right? Leave that shit where it's at. My God, leave it. So the reason I say, and no hate on Natty, right? I'm Natty.
Right. This ain't about the person.
Right. Great, great performer, all that other.
Right.
The gimmick, though, that she's doing, I've seen it. It's Shayna Baszler all over again, right? There's no difference in what Shayna and what Natty's saying on Busted Open is what Shayna was saying on those little sit-down interviews where she was doing her own little diatribes, right? this gimmick is nothing but Shayna Baszler, like really 4.0, because Shayna did it 2 or 3 times. Ronda Rousey kind of really did it, but Ronda had name credo behind it, so you don't really, even though it's the same gimmick, badass woman just smokes through the roster. Same deal, but Ronda's a bigger name, so there isn't really anything else you could have done with her. And then Shayna did it again after Ronda left, and then Shayna goddamn cut. So Natty is at the point now where she's like, oh, well, that gimmick's laying over there in the box of gimmicks. I'll just pick it up and run with it. Leave that shit back in the box.
All right. Total opposite end of the spectrum on my end. I love it. And I will give you the clarity of why I love this between Natalya and Natty. It is because it's on total opposite ends of the spectrum with a character. You have Natalya, who is the 15, 20 plus year vet who has done it all in the world of WWE, can go. We know she can go, but there's a presentation with Natalya that is almost like it's about the glitz, the glamour, the fit, it's kind of like Divas era in a way for me with Natalya. Again, she can still go, and she throws great homage to the Hart family as Natalya, with the music, with the colors.
You mean doing like 3 actual moves in the ring and then immediately going for the sharpshooter? Yeah, because that's literally the whole offense. Headlock takeover, hip toss, sharpshooter.
Yep.
I'm like, wait, what?
But when we're flipping the switch and becoming Natty, I understand what you're saying by drawing the Shayna Baszler comparisons, and I do see that because Shayna was an MMA fighter. But the presentation that Natty got in AAA for Triple Mania, that's not the Natty that's been popping up at Bloodsport. Unfortunately, that's the WWE watered down version of Natty, and I hate it. That I want to leave.
Yeah, so that's all you're getting.
And that's all I'm going to get.
Right.
And that's unfortunate.
Now you see why I want to leave.
Right, and that's unfortunate because the Natty that we got at Bloodsport, the 2 Bloodsport matches that I've seen her in, was the Natty that walked down to the ring with Rage Against the Machine playing in the background and the words, F you, I won't do what you tell me, with F you on her mouth guard, walking down to the ring with an entourage and just straight up being stone cold and throwing the middle finger in the air all the way to the ring, even into where they're doing the ring announcements. She's standing in the corner, bouncing like an MMA fighter, just flipping the bird off to her opponent. That's the viciousness of that Natty character. And unfortunately, WWE is going to strip that away if they allow her to be Natty. I don't want Natty unless you let her be Natty. I don't want it. I want to leave that. But I love the Natty character because it's a complete opposite from Natalya. It's a two-faced type situation. And you know me, I'm all about a story. Mm-hmm. I'm all about that character swap.
Definitely.
I love that part. And I love this, what's going on between Natalya and Natty.
Uh-huh.
Just don't think WWE is going to let us walk away with it.
Okay, so now I hear what you're saying. We're going to build on this just a little bit more because you went into the character swap thing and whatnot. And WWE may very well lean into that character. You know where they're going to lean into it at, though? With NXT. Bayley and Montez Ford, because they're both doing the same exact damn gimmick, and both of them are better character workers than Natty. Which means if all 3 of them are doing the character the character flip thing,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about it. I think they're all 3 par on together with character work.
If that was the case, then Natty would be on par with Montez and Bayley at this stage. And short of doing the Natty character, nobody would say Natalya's on par with Bayley and Montez.
Natalya is not, no.
Right, but that's who we got. I mean, Natalya is who we've always had. Right. So we've always had Bayley, we always had Tez, right? But that's what I'm getting at. They're doing that. They did it with Karrion Kross. They wandered into it with Sami Zayn. They're doing this too much, right? Everybody doesn't need a little voice in the back of their head telling them to do something different. But if they are going to do it, that's where you're going to see it showcased at. You're not going to see it showcased with Natty.
So I think that's the difference. That's the difference, though, in the characters. And maybe I'm close to this because I followed it and I fell in love with it. But that's the difference. Montez is listening to a voice. Bayley is listening to a voice. With Natty, that's her.
Well, yeah, but it also hadn't been presented on WWTV at all.
Correct.
So you don't know what it is until you actually see it on WWTV. Because what we're seeing. So now here, take away from it. She did a Busted Open interview last week.
Yep.
And she wandered into, well, when I was fighting Becky doesn't tell me when she gets natty. Becky doesn't deserve natty. Blah blah blah. She said all that on this interview to get herself over. What she forgot while she was saying it was she was wrestling on television for the Intercontinental title, and she decided to keep Natty in the back pocket and take a damn loss. That's the dumbest thing I've seen in my life. That's like me saying I got Michael Jordan on, he could be my teammate or you could be my teammate, and we're going to go play 10 rounds of basketball. And I'm like, well, let's see. Marky Mark's my boy, so I'm going to leave Michael Jordan in the backfield, and I'm going to go run out there with my, but no.
Well, that's like saying I've got the ball skills of Jordan, but I chose not to put him on the display.
Same difference, right? So you're like, oh, well, you don't deserve that because you're a small crowd.
I feel like,
so I'm just going to go out here and lose a title shot on TV.
I feel like that was her trying to save face.
Yeah, but because she needs to think that through.
What really happened was Hunter said, no, this is an Italian storyline, not Natty.
Right, but I mean, she's a part of Busted Open. It isn't like she was just there for a call-in interview.
Either that, or
she's there every week.
Either that, or they're really slow playing this.
Could be that too, but still, nonetheless, you're on this show. I mean, you're a member of the show, right? Like what they should be having us as members of the show, but. You need to sit down with Dave LaGreca and talk this through a little better before we wander into it so she doesn't find herself in that kind of position. Because saying, well, I'm wrestling for the title and it's on TV and I want to be the Intercontinental title, but you don't deserve natty is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Horrible.
All right, let's move on to another person we briefly just mentioned a little while ago, and that's Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is no longer with WWE, or is he? We still no. I mean, according to what he's telling people, no, this is real. He's not a part of WWE no more. But again, in this day and time, what is kayfabe? We don't know. But everything going on with Karrion Kross, like it, love it, leave it.
So I was intrigued by it initially. Then when they did the whole release thing, now I want to leave it. Because we just did this with Truth. Same. So we're going to live into the same thing we just said all about Natty and Tez and Bayley. We just did this, right? So if they cut him and he's gone, great. At that point, then we can wander back to one of our previous shows where we talked about the loose cannon, right? Let him do the Brian Pillman thing, but let him go for a year. Right. We need to if now you already bid into he's gone. I don't want to see him popping up on WWE TV no more in this calendar year at least.
He did pop up in GCW.
Yeah.
Which
He's
is neutral.
Right. So he's making other shows, but I mean, we've had WWE characters on GCW before, so it's not like they don't have a non-working relationship.
I think he has a GCW match scheduled with Chelsea Green's man, Jack. What's his name? Ryder.
Chelsea. Oh, Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Matt Cardona.
So he's got a match, I think, at GCW.
Speaking of Matt Cardona, so Chelsea Green, leave it. No, I'm just kidding. we just kidding. We love Matt. Sorry. But I mean, damn, Chelsea.
Dang, Matt, you got no love for Frank.
No, we love Matt Cardona. But I mean, you got it. Chelsea the last couple of weeks on TV. Whew, chef's kiss. So yeah, I mean, if I had my way, right, leave it, but leave it for me. So she ain't leaving it for me. So no, stay together. But damn, had to be said, right? Hashtag Matt Cardona.
All right. With the Karrion Kross thing, I'm at the same place with you. Leave it. Look, nobody was riding that train more than I was buying every ticket to be on that train at every stop. Look, I wanted it to happen. It didn't happen. Now all we can hope for is we leave it and we leave it for a while.
Yeah.
He goes on, blazes a trail like Cody or Drew.
Yeah.
Makes a fantastic run in the indies and in other promotions, and then somehow maybe pops back up in February at the Rumble.
And WWE, listen back to that show we did. We talked about him, where he could go, what he could do. We gave you a plethora of options to choose from.
Yep.
Maybe they are choosing from it. Maybe there'll be a check in the mail. Yep. We'll keep you updated.
We'll let you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there will be signs, right? So if the podcast sounds a whole world different, or if it's just completely off the air, there are signs.
Or if it suddenly becomes produced by WWE and Fanatics.
Absolutely. Yeah. If we and if Michelle McCool's co-hosting in Marky Mark's place, then you'll know for sure.
Yeah. I got kicked to the curb.
Yeah. Then you'll know for sure. Right. When they take the guy who does the bulk of the work and kick him to the curb for the guy who just sits and tells stories and brings in Michelle McCool, then you know you've been taken over by WWE.
Yeah.
Hashtag Undertaker.
All right, let's move on to another topic. Like it, love it, leave it. Tiffy title run.
Oh, so I heard Tiffy Tuh, and I was like, love it. And then you went to the title run.
I teed it up. You knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, so okay, so
all right, we gotta be honest with this.
Yeah, right. I got to be honest. So I got to take all bias out, right? Wait a minute. So before I take the bias out, did you see the no makeup picture this week that's been floating around the internet?
She still looked pretty.
I mean, she still looked pretty, but everybody was saying, "Oh, better without the makeup." Leave that shit, because that's a damn lie. Y'all are a MF lie, and I'm gonna be nice and not
Tiffy,
go into
if you
the
listening, girl,
full
you look
cursing.
good no matter what. Don't listen.
Yeah, no, Jessica don't look damn good as Tiffy. Now, what's her name? Jessica Rolfe or Reigns or something like whatever. That's her name. She spells it with a K. That Jessica with a K ain't Tiffany with a damn double F. Because our Tiffy Stratton is 10 out of 10, right?
Look,
regular girl is just regular girl.
Look, an old friend once told me if you born needs a coat of paint, put a coat of paint on it. It's okay.
Keep it on though, right? So you don't strip it down and then still go into public. Hell no. If you're wandering into the real world, damn it, you bring the presentation every time. Look at Charlotte Flair. You don't see her wander out there look like Ashley. You never seen Ashley on the street no more. Hell, that don't even exist. Charlotte's at a press conference. She's at a fan signing. Hell, she's at a Laker game. She's Charlotte. She brings the full presentation. She don't bring Ashley no more. Ashley's retired.
All right, let's get back to the topic. The title
Oh, wait,
run.
what's the topic?
The title run.
Oh, hell,
Get back to
so
the title
wandered
run.
off into,
The title run of Tiffany Stratton. Do we like it? Do we love it? Or are we going to leave it?
I'm liking it still. So I was teetering between the two. I was thinking about leaving it, right? Because her as the longest running champion, it's kind of getting repetitive, right? It's like, okay, we won the title. Then it was like, fight Nia. Okay, beat Nia, fight somebody else for a little bit. Here comes Nia. Beat Nia, fight somebody else for a little bit. Here comes Nia. What the hell? What are we doing here, right? So if Nia's the ultimate opponent, let's just have them switch the titles around, flip-flop the title, do something. She don't need to beat Nia, then beat Jade, then beat Nia, then beat Bayley, then beat Nia, then beat whoever in the hell they bring up from wherever in the F. Get Nia out of it or let her win. The story, the way they're playing it, I'm sick of that. I wish I could leave that. But I do like Tiffany as a young talent with that title. I feel like it's building her. I feel like it's giving her that credibility. So I don't want to leave it, but I damn sure can't love it.
So I'm different. I want to leave it.
Okay.
I want to leave it because I see in her the same thing I saw in LA Knight. And even as a Cody fan, I damn see it in Cody. It works better when they chase it. To me, it works better for her character when she's chasing the title. And if she's not going to chase the title, I'm tired of the whole blended between face and heel with her. I know she walks the line. She says some snarky comments one time, but she's really a face. She's out there glad handing with the fans. One or the other with her, please. Look, either go all the way in white meat babyface like Cody, or go all the way in freaking heel like Nia. Like, go one way or the other with her, because to me, she's lukewarm. The title run has been stagnant, and I'm ready to leave it.
So now the first part of that I differ on, because I do like that she walks that line. I do like that she can get away with saying smart ass things but still be cheered by the fans. She's kind of in that Roman territory with that, right? Only a certain select amount of characters can really play that. Stone Cold could play that, right?
Right.
There's Rhea Ripley could play that. She was a heel, but I mean the fans loved. There's only a select group of people that can live in that realm and actually make it work. And I think Tiffany's making it work by her comments with Charlotte and kind of the way that feud went, things like that. I think she's making it work. So I disagree on the first part. I completely agree on the second part though, but I think that kind of goes with everybody. Most baby faces, quote unquote baby faces, are better chasers than they are champions, right? I think the length of it is what's giving me the issue, right? Because, when Tiffany got through WrestleMania, she's essentially been the champion since Rumble, right? So it's getting a little long in tooth, and I mean, it's starting to become a little, repetitive. Again, with the Nia thing, she's had 3 different feuds with Nia since she won the title 7 months ago. what are we doing here, right? There's other people out there. There's a whole world of women out there she could wrestle, not named Nia. But Nia's like that character that they want to use to put her over.
So that's the ticket. Nia's the character they want to use to put her over, and Nia's not it. Nia's not it, and that's
because she started on beating Nia. So
to me, that's the thing. If you find Tiffy a good dance partner, like I don't understand. I do and I don't. I don't understand why they got Julia running around with that U.S. title.
Because nobody who else over there could carry it.
I like the fact that they had Stephanie like going up, potentially against Naomi for this Clash in Paris, but that got canceled.
Yeah.
So to me, like, if Naomi couldn't be there, why not put her up against Tiffy? Like,
yeah. I mean there was
just
something to that, but I think at that point, depending on where they're going, I don't know if switching Stephanie to another show might have been the best way.
Tiffany needs that villain.
And that's what she's missing. And they want it to be Nia so bad. I mean, they're trying so hard to do it.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's just not going to take. I mean,
and no knock on Nia, because Nia, trust me, she's way, way better than what Nia of old.
Yeah.
So no knock on Nia.
No, it's not. I mean, and it's not that they don't have good chemistry. I actually think they have decent
chemistry.
It's just that when we're looking for that, make or break opponent. So like they're living in the old formula that they used to do with Hulk Hogan, right? Not Tiffany's Hogan and, the big bad giants that she has to overcome. Yeah, okay, that worked great in the 80s, right? We're past that now, though. At this point now, we could get someone in there smaller. We can get someone in there that can really go, and they could put Tiffany through the paces and make her have to work to win, and then you'll be more invested. When it's just, overcoming the big nasty giant, we've done that. We've seen it.
And I feel like Jade, what they're doing between Jade and Tiffy, they're doing that Jay and Gunther.
Yeah. There's, I mean, at this stage,
Jade's gonna fight her 3 or 4 more times, and then finally
get over the hump somewhere down the road, and that could be like Survivor Series or damn December or something like that.
Let's move on in the second time though. Let's move on. We got a few more that we got to get to. Let's go to.
Oh no, when we talk about Like It, Love It, Live It, and then we go into Tiffany Stratton. I mean, that conversation could go so many ways. Absolutely.
Let's talk about Mr. Oba Femi in NXT. Like It, Love It, Leave It.
So NXT, leave it. Get the hell out of there. He needs to be on the main roster.
It's time to get called up.
Oh my goodness. What I saw out of him out of the last pay-per-view this past weekend.
Javon Evans, I hope you are okay.
So Javon Evans, Like It, Love It, Leave It, leave the ring.
Leave the ring. Don't get back in there.
Right, because brother, you ain't gonna last very long. I mean, they're attempting very hard to break you. And I don't mean mentally. I mean physically. Yeah, they're literally trying to break you. I need you to leave it for a little while and take a break. But no, Oba Femi,
not so bouncy anymore.
Right. Oh no, he bounced. When that man hit that table, he straight bounced. And then the table broke and he bounced off the floor. I said, holy hell, that man's rib cage is just like rubber. But no, seriously, Oba Femi, NXT, leave it. WWE career. Oh my God, love the hell out of it. Oh my, if that man ain't your world champion somewhere down the road, now then we're gonna go back into the whole Triple H is racist conversation, right? Because at this point, that man has made money.
If we ever get into a battle of the Titans type situation, okay, and we are looking for true Titans.
This is that Avengers situation that we've talked about before.
But if we're looking for like, I'm going to spin it a different way though. But if we're looking for like Brock Lesnar in Brock Lesnar's last ever match, like who is Brock Lesnar going to pass the torch to?
Yeah,
right. So there's 2 people that need to be in that ring for me for a Brock Lesnar passing the torch match.
Okay,
Bronson Reed, that's one of them, and Oba Femi.
Either one, you give me either one, and I'm 100% bought into that.
The Oba Femi is an incredible talent. And the cool thing is with Oba is he's good on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, right. He get it, and he overcomes what a lot of quote unquote, foreign wrestlers run into, with the accent and all that. That's held a lot of people back over the past where, it just doesn't translate to the audience because of what it is. Now, there's still potential for that because we know what happens when you're the biggest star in NXT and you get called up to the main roster, right? They don't necessarily know how to handle that, and then they go up there and want to job the guy out, and then you're Carmelo Hayes. So there's always that potential, but
Or Carmelo.
at no shit, right? So Carmelo, leave it. Damn, at this point, I'd almost rather see him in AEW.
They done sent Trick to TNA.
Yeah, hell yeah, right. Carmelo should have went with him. They could be doing some magical things everywhere else instead of just jobbing every Friday night. But I digress. If they do that with Obafemi, at that point, we will rip WWE a new asshole every week on this show. I promise you.
Yep.
If he gets called up to the main roster and he's in some damn blood feud with Andrade, I'm losing my shit. I'm telling you right now, we're going to change this show to R-rated, and we're just going to lose our minds. It's a full crash out show.
We're going to pull a DX and go to every arena that they're at and bang on the door.
Absolutely. Everyone.
Army fatigues and everything.
Every bit of it. We even got the Jeep ready to go. We will load this up. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, there will be a full the revolution will be podcasting.
So obviously Obafemi is a love it from both of us.
Holy hell.
Last one we want to talk about real quick. We're running short on time. We got to talk about the Vision.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about that so much we don't need a lot of time for that. But
do we like it, love it, or we need to leave it?
So right now I like it. I do like it because it's elevating young talent, right? I feel like the best way to use any seasoned veteran such as Seth Rollins is to bring as many younger talent up as possible. He's not going to do what Roman did for like the Usos and Solo. And he ain't going to do that, right? He ain't going to make these guys household names. But in all honesty, I feel like Bron Breakker was going to be a household name one way or the other anyway. This is just a fast track to it. So I like it for that.
I like it, but I'll tell you what I want them to leave. And that's the 20-minute Seth Rollins opening Raw promos.
Oh,
please leave those. Please.
He ain't Roman Reigns.
He is not Roman. He's not Cody. He's not John.
No.
He gets in there with that stupid ass laugh. Yeah. Like, I'm so tired of that opening 20-minute speech on Raw. Look, I love Seth Rollins. I love him as a wrestler.
Absolutely.
I love him as a character. As long as
I was going to say, I don't even
out of Becky's closet.
I don't even dislike the character if you keep it to a 5-minute promo.
Yeah.
I feel like he can nail that every time, right? But trying to carry the whole open of the show commercial free and all that like Roman, no. And yeah, I know, I completely agree with you on that. Leave Becky's half of the dressing room alone. Leave it. Damn.
Please. Now look, I like the style he's been wearing so far with the Vision. I mean, it's a little slow.
Yeah, it's a little more updated.
It's a little bit more updated. It's a little bit more mob boss.
Yeah, but we know when the damn wrestling match comes, we know what he's going back to. He's going back to Old Faithful.
All right, so obviously we're both in the like it bucket, but leave the promos at home. We done with that. But that's our topic for the day. Like it, love it, leave it. Reach out on the social media platforms and let us know what would you say about these topics. You like it, you love it, you want to leave it. Is there a topic we didn't cover that you got a strong opinion about? Reach out on the social media platforms. Let us know. We thank you for listening to today's episode, everybody. And with that, we bid you adieu.
Peace.
Today's podcast was produced by SBP. You can find our podcast on all major podcast platforms. Also, connect with us on our social media accounts. Search for The Bookers Alliance on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.